RWBY would be so judgy. So judgy.
Like, listen, what's wrong with Taco Bell 4 days a week, RWBY? What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Why do we have a problem?
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to GalaxyCon Live, where we bring the convention experience directly to you. I am your host for today's panel, Mario Bueno. Since its debut in the summer of 2013, animator Monty Ohm's beloved original work has been bringing a sweeping adventure to fans worldwide for 8 seasons and counting. Today, I am excited to be speaking to the titular Team RWBY themselves, so let's start bringing them out to our virtual stage, beginning with the voice of Weiss Schnee, Kara Eberle. Welcome, Kara. How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm doing very well now that I'm here. Super excited. How are you doing?
Doing just fine. Very excited to have this conversation with y'all. So let's continue bringing out Team RWBY to our virtual stage. Next up, you know them as Emily Gray in Red vs. Blue, Ashlyn in Honeymoon for One, and of course, Blake Belladonna in RWBY. Please welcome Arryn Zech to our virtual stage. Hello.
Hello. I was so confused because I thought that you were going to say Lindsay, and I was like, that's
we're getting there. Don't worry. Also, thank you so much for joining us. We know that you are super busy this weekend, so we appreciate you taking some extra time to hang out with us here at GalaxyCon Live and do some awesome Q&As as well. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Next up, you know them as Cosmos in Fairy Tale, Neris in Camp, and Xiao Long in RWBY. Please welcome Barbara Dunkelman to our virtual stage. Hello.
Whoa, what's up? I wish I had like a green screen background at like a convention. I would have been like, well, I'm here with you guys. It's crazy. But I'm not. I'm still at home.
Oh man, well you have the technology, you definitely have the opportunity, and I'm pretty sure you could probably just slap something back there over the course of our panel. It'd be hilarious. It's like we look away for 1 second, suddenly you're like in space or something.
It's your space dance.
Exactly, yeah. Right, zero gravity.
Thank you so much for being here, Barbara.
Thanks
Great
for
to have
having
you
me.
here.
Yeah.
And we would not be complete without the titular RWBY in RWBY. You also know them as Kimball in Red vs. Blue and Space Kid in Camp. Please welcome Lindsay Jones to our virtual stage. Hello.
Hello, Lindsay.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. I'm stoked to be back with my teammates after a long weekend, or more than a weekend at RTX. So coming in hot. Let's go.
Nice. Going from one event to another. And again, thank you so much for being here as well. So to kind of get us started before we jump into our fan questions, in my introduction, I used a very deliberate choice of words when talking about RWBY. I followed Monty's work back when he was still doing fan machinima, things like Haloid, Dead Fantasy, things that honestly raised the bar for not just independent machinima productions, but for fan works in general. So seeing the transition into an original animated work that has really gone on to become an original animation powerhouse, not just here in the United States, but globally, it's been fascinating to watch from the outside looking in. So my first question for all of you today is, what has it been like watching RWBY kind of grow into this powerhouse, essentially from the trenches, as the people bringing these amazing characters to life?
It's like a little baby plant, like with a seed, and it's grown beautifully, and we've watched it blossom, for lack of a better term. But really, it's we've grown with the show, and so have our characters. So it's been something really exciting to grow with and be a part of, kind of, actor wise, around the camera, or not camera, being off camera, the microphone, and just being our characters and having a new show. It's crazy.
Yeah, same. It started off with, sorry.
No, you're
It was such like a gradual, explosion, I guess. So it was kind of nice because you could kind of take it in an appropriate way. Because if this had happened overnight, I don't know how I would handle it. But it's just so cool to see how far it's come since the very beginning, and how pretty it is, and how much people seem to really enjoy it. And yeah, I'm very proud to be a part of something like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like that Kara went for this very beautiful metaphor. Like, yes, look, now we're a beautiful oak tree. I'm like, yeah, man, yes we are. Oh my god. But I mean, in all seriousness, this show for us as actors, that was our 20s. you know, well, I would assume most of us are now in our 30s. Might be outing myself here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's true. This is like a huge phase in our life that we went through and grew with our characters. So it means a lot to us. It's like very, very personal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Echo everything that everyone said. I think, you know, we've all been on this journey together. So we've gotten to experience the growth of the show all together and doing conventions and everything like that, which has been such a great experience for all of us and a great bonding experience too, as friends and actresses and all that stuff. But yeah, I think it's crazy to think about because I was just looking at the date and RWBY premiered at RTX 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is
Really?
It feels like it was last year. Which is insane to think that it's been 8 years. You know, there's kids who are, you know, they know how to read who've been born in that time, which is like crazy to think about.
Yeah. It's
But yeah, it's surreal, but like life changing. Yeah.
it's super bizarre to have people come up to us at conventions and stuff and be like, I watched this back when I was in like X year
I
of
was
school.
about to
and
say
now I'm
that.
like, yeah, and now
Yeah.
I'm graduating college and I'm like, oh my God, I'm old.
Right? I know. I watched that when I was a kid and I'm like, wow. Bro, it's crazy.
Watched them when I was a kid. How old are you? I'm 15. Okay.
It's also knowing that I've done the same thing to people like Dan Green. I'm like, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like, you know, in elementary school. I was 10. Like, okay, like that's calm down. Just a big thing, you know.
Wonderful. You know, I've had Dan Green for some of our panels here before. He actually is one of my voiceover teachers from like
nice.
back in the
Oh,
day.
wow.
So yeah,
Small world.
always happy to have an opportunity to chat with him over here at GalaxyCon Live. So let's actually jump right into our fan questions because I am certain we have a lot of eager fans because again, this is a very, very popular series. This is a very beloved series. So let's see what we have first coming up from Pink Rose. Oh, we're jumping into the theoreticals here. So what would be your character's ideal date night? Oh, this is going to be interesting.
I don't know if RWBY would make it to the date. I feel like the series of unfortunate events that would keep her from getting there. It'd be like a rom-com thing. She's like, I'm gonna make it. And it's like, I don't know, she'd forget where it was, who she was going on the date with, all the
She sleeps in.
necessities, like everything. Yeah, it'd be a mess.
I think Yang's ideal date would probably be like working out together, doing something active like climbing or bike ride or something like that, and then ramen.
Totally.
Or pizza and beer, even though she's not old enough.
I feel like Blake's would probably be something with nature, maybe like a hike or something like that. And then like having a picnic at the top of wherever they hiked and just like getting to hang out and be with nature and I don't know, eat sushi or something.
Cute. I want to see
Yeah.
that.
I think Weiss would expect like the royal carpet experience, you know what I mean? Like the celebrity treatment.
Yeah.
She definitely expect a limo and the driver, butler, and the chauffeur, the whole 9 yards, or like a chariot, like the Cinderella, like the not the actual pumpkin one, but the pretty one. Like I can see her in that one.
Oh, just,
I would love
she
to
would
see-
expect like the best.
Can you imagine Weiss's wedding? Like I've been watching a lot of wedding.
Oh my
videos.
gosh.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god.
Beautiful. Yeah.
He's so
Extravagant.
beautiful.
I would
Oh
love
my
to see
gosh.
Weiss like completely out of her element on a date, like going bowling or something.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I think that would be
so
so
cute
funny.
though, to be honest.
She'd probably use her sword and just be like, oh, and then like get the ball down the
I would love that. That would be
I think that'd be super
that would have
cute.
been a great like chibi episode. All the dates, like that would have been so funny.
Oh,
Aw.
there is still time. Rooster Teeth, get on this.
Hey, Neon Comedy,
It's true. It exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying. I'm also laughing here because I'm thinking to myself, okay, so Weiss, it would go like one of two ways. It's either definitely not your cheap date or going full Coming to America. So it's like, no.
Exactly.
I want the
Mhm.
most common date, the most down-to-earth date possible. So that would be, both would be interesting.
Like takes her to
possibilities.
McDonald's or something like that.
Literally, though. Yeah.
But in
All
the
right,
RWBY
let's
verse,
see.
it's a W because they own that as well. They own that franchise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still the Golden Arches, technically.
Yeah, there you go.
Upside down.
Oh boy. So let's see what we have next waiting in our queue. This one is from Cassie. So what advice would the current heroes give their Volume 1 selves if they could?
chill out. Probably is what she would say. Just cool off, control the temper a little bit. Maybe don't, if you're in a situation where something really bad is happening, think before you go charging in, arm first, maybe.
I'm sorry.
That's very good advice, I think. Yeah. I don't know if Weiss would, the way she is, I think she would say, I don't want to give them any advice because you've learned everything of where you are now through all of your experiences and mistakes. So I figure like Weiss would probably think that.
I feel like Blake would tell younger Blake to like allow yourself to trust and to be vulnerable again. Like, I know you've been through some trauma, but you've got to learn to open up your heart again. You can't live like that.
Listen to your heart.
When she's calling for you.
That literally popped into my head as soon as it was said. So thank you for just putting that out into the universe.
I am your inner monologue. Monologue?
You're fine. I echo Barbara's sentiments. I would tell RWBY to calm down, but with the hyperactivity, like you have to make sure people understand what the hell you're saying because it's like going.
You go fast. You could talk slow. Don't worry.
Gotta go fast.
Brain too fast for mouth. Must move.
Can't keep up. How do?
It's like you're at a 15. Just dial it back to like 11, 10.
Settle.
Wonderful. So let's see what we've got next. This one is from Ari. If your RWBY character could live in any other fantasy world, which would it be and why?
I've always wanted a Kingdom Hearts crossover with RWBY. I feel like there's a lot there. There's like a lot of weaponry, a lot of awesome costuming. Monty like the series.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Harry Potter. That would I've always said that would be fun. I feel like Weiss would be like Draco Malfoy mixed with like Hermione Granger. Like that would be like her character. Like the friends with the family aspect of it in there with the drama. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because me and my boyfriend Trevor have been playing this like crazy, but I would want Yang to live in the It Takes Two universe. It's that co-op game on PlayStation. It's so much fun, and like that game, by the way, if you haven't played it, it's beautiful and like so interesting to play, and like the mechanics of it are so great. Anyways, this is not an ad for that game, but I would want to be in that universe.
No, go for it.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor Barbara.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything. So purely for annoyance sake, I'm gonna say Fortnite because we should get RWBY in Fortnite. I gotta put it in there. I gotta throw it in there now. I don't know. Maybe something like Beauty and the Beast. Something like maybe a little mystical, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
I know you mentioned Fortnite before.
Right.
Instead of the pinata, we have a Zwei. It's dropped.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Find the Zwei, everyone.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I guess follow up to this one. So if we're going full Disney with this crossover, who's excited to start belting out some Disney tunes in character?
It's true. Like
Arryn. What? Although Lindsay, you sing too, right?
Lindsay does too.
I want to be like, just watch. I'm going to make Weiss my wife. That's what I want.
Yeah, I would want to be
great, like Disney princess, like beautiful.
Yeah, I would want to be one of the Disney villains, I think, because they have some of my favorite Disney songs of all time. Like, have you heard Be Prepared by Scar in The Lion King?
Yeah,
like that is music.
Hellfire is a dark song.
The Notre Dame soundtrack is the most like punk rock / metal soundtrack in all the Disney history.
Yo.
Also, quickly, shout out to Casey Williams for having amazing vocals on all of
Yes, Casey Williams is amazing.
Oh my God, yes.
I wish I could sing like Weiss. I can't.
Yes.
The vocals are all Casey. Sometimes people don't know that. Sometimes when I meet them and they are really like, they're like, but you don't sing as Weiss, and they're disappointed. I'm like, no, I would pay $1 million to be able to sing. Like if I ever had that, like literally the one skill I've really always wanted. to be able to sing, because that's
so good.
a natural
And
ability. And
her voice has only gotten better too over the years.
Yeah.
Like, which it was like already as like a 12-year-old singing this, she was phenomenal, and like she's only gotten stronger and more powerful and more amazing as the years go on. And yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, the music. The music from the show has always just been, one of my favorite elements of RWBY in general. And, hearing these stories about the vocal side of things just really is elevating my appreciation for it even more. So thank you for sharing that.
I don't know if I can say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm trying to work on getting onto the soundtrack, which would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
Guess who you'll never hear on the soundtrack? This guy.
Oh no!
You should do a rap.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, like,
Barbara and I will do the rap.
Yeah.
There's a garden where I go. If you meet me, no one will know.
Weiss, I'm just trying to be nice. I'm sitting here with Yang, starting the year with a bang. Yang.
Epic rap battles of RWBY. Okay, there we go.
What are y'all doing in here? This is weird.
Oh, bless. So let's see what else we have waiting in the wings from our wonderful fans here. So this one is from James. Oh, this is always something I'm interested to hear from other folks in the industry. What is your dream role? And, obviously, you all have very close associations with the roles you currently play. A lot would argue these are definitely dream roles for sure. But, outside the world of RWBY, what would be something you would love to do, even if it's something that's already occupied by another actor?
Oh, stealing parts.
That's a good question.
I mean, I've got pink hair and I'm covered in tattoos, but I really want to do a period piece, like an on-camera, like historical drama or something. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Pride and Prejudice, but Faunus.
Yeah. Could I be in the first like lesbian Pride and Prejudice?
Yes.
Do it.
Absolutely. Why not?
Can we like make it modern day Pride and Prejudice? And I want Kristen Stewart to be Darcy, and I will be Elizabeth. And
yeah, I think we need to fund this like yesterday. So any indie filmmakers, remember that it is, basically fair use. So, it's public domain. So we can do this tomorrow. Like, let's get on this, y'all.
I've always wanted to play Harley Quinn. I think that would be a really fun voice role to do. Or, I mean, even like in person Harley Quinn. I already have blonde hair, so now we just got to dye the tips and I'm good to go. So, cast me. Anybody, DC, come on, do it. I dare you.
And they do have a regular rotation of the DC animated work. So, there is legitimately always a chance. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for Mr. J.
Oh my God. Please.
Gosh, I don't know. In that vein, I would say, following Barbara a little bit, I've always loved Supergirl, not only because her name is Kara, but maybe that's also why. But it's really cool. I mean, who wants to be a superhero, like real life? Like live action too would be, just doing something in live action would be a lot more, I mean, obviously challenging and different, but just, a fun, different experience than, voice acting. So I've never done that. So that would be really cool.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Barbara mentioned Harley. That'd be awesome. Poison Ivy would be cool. Catwoman. I just want to go meow a lot. I don't want to be a person. I just want to be a cat woman. Like,
I mean, Blake's a role you could take.
Thank you.
Swap.
I want that crossover though. Like, I don't want to take the role. I just want them to be friends.
Look, I'm just saying, do a body swap episode. Done.
Yeah, perfect. There we go.
That's the workaround.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay's coming for you, Arryn.
Honest
Watch
Friday.
out.
It writes itself. Look at that.
Put 'em up.
I also love the idea of Gotham City RWBY. Just RWBY cast doing the Gotham City Sirens.
Oh my God,
and possibly Justice League members as well. Like that would be an interesting one to see. So thank you for that question. You have just opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Next up, this one is from Mark. What is something you're currently obsessed with?
Like
My puppy.
You got a new puppy. That's right.
Yes,
Let's
Daisy. She's
have a
sleeping
look.
in her crate right now, but I'm learning to like as she's growing up, I can do more things with her. You know, we're both like experiencing new things together. You know, get to run to the park, and we went to like my parents' house, and they got to meet my parents. She got to meet my parents' dogs, and they loved that. So it was like it's like I have a little kid.
Oh,
We're gonna have a puppy play date.
Yes, we do for sure. We'll get
Yes.
it in the books.
Dog mamas bringing the kids to play.
Yeah.
currently obsessed with. I mentioned it before. I've been playing that game. It Takes Two, and it's so much fun. So I'm a little obsessed with that. I've also been watching, or I guess I just finished watching the show on Netflix called Alice in Borderland. Have you guys heard about it?
We
It is.
started watching it. We haven't finished it. Yeah.
It is very interesting. So I wouldn't say I'm obsessed, but it's just the stuff that I'm currently occupying my time with.
Yes.
I'll have to check that out.
I'm moving in about a month and a half or so, and I'm trying to sell as much of my stuff as possible so I can travel lightly. I'm currently obsessed with just like internet, like window shopping at all of the furniture, and I'm trying to like decide what I'm going to do. I just get so excited about decorating, and so I'm like looking at pink couches, and I'm like, do I really want a pink couch? I just love decorating. So
The answer is yes.
You want that pink couch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
got
I'm
to
looking at
with
pink
the hair,
couches,
obviously.
y'all. It's real, yeah.
I guess it's a weird obsession, but I used to listen to ASMR videos, and I still kind of do. But recently, I've been watching like I guess it's like visual ASMR, but like power washing videos or videos about extreme cleaning are the best. Yeah, and they motivate me to clean. So in turn, our house is now very clean. It's nice. But it was weird to be sitting there. I'm like, I'm just watching a man power wash the driveway. It feels so good.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that spotless.
Get in there. Get that grout.
Have you ever seen when people put like a stencil down on like a driveway or something, then power wash it so it leaves just like the
makes a little art.
stencil?
Whoa.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh man, yeah. And
It'd be funny
if
to do it
makes
to someone
you
you didn't like and put something on there. It's like, haha. A mean joke.
A secret message.
Kara's gonna leave like F you on the driveway.
Yeah, they can't wash it off. Or I guess they could try, really. I mean, you have to get a power wash.
good
Anyway.
luck.
I don't know why I'm going like the negative way. I'm like, oh, mischievous me. What am I going to do?
There we go. That's what happens after you get through all the main power washing videos. You look for the subgenre of power washing videos. It's just power washing
Power
obscene
washing
things.
Power
off the
washing
driveway.
cranes. Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that is actually a thing somewhere in the YouTubes.
I would not be surprised.
And for what it's worth, Lindsay, actually last fall, my girlfriend and I got into this whole thing where we were just watching Japanese apartment videos because we were like, oh, so if we moved to Japan, and this just became a thing for like 2 months, and I became obsessed with fish grills. Like I'm not even a big fish eater, but I'm like every time they go into an apartment, I'm like, okay, this is nice. Where's the fish grill?
Where's the fish grill? What are the stats on it?
There's no fish grill in this apartment.
I like now that
500.
probably your algorithm is all those kinds of videos too now, right? Like it's only suggesting like things about cooking fish and like other things about Japan.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely was for a while just like Japanese apartments, and like we found other real estate agencies that were doing these. So yeah,
That's really funny.
the TLDR is, don't worry, the internet is a wild and wonderful place with all sorts of quirky
Internet
things to
doesn't
make our
judge.
brains happy.
Internet has no room to judge. Thank you.
Let's see what we've got next. This is from Anna. All right. What is your character's favorite ice cream flavor? I'm gonna laugh if anyone says Neapolitan.
We're all thinking
Probably matcha.
Probably just something. She'd probably just go plain and simple with like vanilla.
Vanilla, yeah.
With like blueberries or something just to like spice it up if she wanted to. But probably
I'm-
something plain.
I'm just gonna say that Yanks is my favorite too, which is mint chocolate chip. So I think we have the same in that regard.
That makes sense.
Because I'm not clever enough to
I
think
can
of
see
something
that.
different.
For sure.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
I feel like with Ruby, I have to say like chocolate chip cookie dough, right? Because she likes
Yes.
chocolate chips that
Yep.
much.
I definitely see that.
That's easy.
Rock and roll. Our next question is from Anthony. This is always a fun one. If you could hang out with any RWBY character, who would it be?
Neptune. I love it so much. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with Neptune, but I love
I
him.
love it. Arryn is Neptune's
Got a
biggest
Neptune
fan.
keychain hanging on my rear
for it.
window.
Aw.
Oh gosh.
I feel like I'd have a good time hanging out with, like, just because he's so pure and like just I like new to the world. It seems like I'd want to hang out with Oscar and just like take him to Disneyland and like just like
Aw.
have like a fun little like friend day and go on all the rides and buy him whatever toys he wants.
At some point, he gets
It's
lost. You're like,
cute.
Oscar. Oh, he's
Yeah.
right here. Oh, we're good.
My son.
Aw.
I don't know. I'm thinking there's so many options.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kara.
Like they're all be
Salem.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Danny,
have a word
Angel.
with you,
Why not?
Salem.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be a hangout per se.
Just see if you could take care of her. Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Just
actually, I
something
wouldn't
to
mind
say.
doing that, talking to one of them just to get in the mind of them. Like, so, what's this all about?
What's your evil plan?
Yeah. What's your plan?
What you doing, friend?
Why are you such a jerk? Just
Exactly.
I gotta know.
What is your problem?
I don't know. Like, it sounds cheesy, but I really feel like it'd be cool to like hang out with Team RWBY, like as RWBY. Like if I had that sweet dynamic,
That
like,
would be
a girl
really cool.
gang. I want a girl gang.
Yeah.
It's too much to ask. Come on.
You say want, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like
Now I'm a parent.
What
now.
am I,
My girl
chopped
gang is,
liver?
like, my children. Yeah, when we travel together for conventions and everything, that's absolutely girl gang mode.
Yep.
For sure.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Big mood.
Come in with
your
our
IRL
sunglasses.
girl gang.
That's me wearing like really cool, like pointy framed sunglasses.
I'm
With, like,
getting
the
like
cat
some
tips.
Kamina vibes from Gurren Lagann, just like
Oh yeah.
those
Okay.
obnoxious pointy ones. Yeah, just pointing to the sky, giving
It's
big
even better
speeches.
because like none of us could ever fight if we actually needed. Like maybe I could throw down a little bit, but we'd be like, please stop. Like no.
Yeah.
Let's use our words. Let's talk about this.
There we go. Psychological battle. We got this. So our next question is going to be coming from Alana. Ooh, I have yet to hear something like this be answered. What would your character think about you?
Interesting.
I
You
don't
remember
know.
when Ruby yelled at Uncle Crow? It was like, you got to get your S word together. Kind of
Put
like
it
that.
together.
Basically.
Ruby would be so judgy. So
Be very
judgy.
judgmental. Like, listen, what's wrong with Taco Bell 4 days a week, Ruby? What's wrong with that? Why do we have
Nothing.
a problem?
I feel personally attacked by that question.
I always feel like it would be like Winter, like when she first sees Weiss, kind of in that way too. Of like bunk beds. I don't have bunk beds, but you know, she would definitely. I'm not the most graceful person in the world, as y'all know, and Weiss is very graceful, and I'm very clumsy, and I fall over like everything. So she'd really just like shake her head and just be like, "You were a disappointment," or something like that. Like to me, right? I'm
just
disappointed.
disappointed.
And that's
I
not
feel-
perfect
I
form. I don't know.
I don't know if Blake would have strong opinions on me in the same way that, like, if I met her and I didn't know her, if I would have like strong opinions on her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
never
feel like you
thought
guys
about
would
that.
be like, just like accepting of one another. You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hi.
you're doing you,
Yeah.
I'm doing me, and we're cool.
Right? We'd just be in each other's space and be like, okay. Like, I don't think we
Yeah.
think
Be
too hard
awesome if,
about
like
it.
no words were exchanged. You're just standing like in each other's energies, going like,
Yeah.
Mutual admiration.
What
energy,
color is your
Very,
aura?
very strong.
Yeah. I think for Yang, if she met me, she'd probably be like, your posture's terrible. You really need to stand up straight. And that's
It's
that's
okay to
probably
be like,
it.
get angry. Why are you not angry?
I feel like
Barbara doesn't get
I just don't have the energy to get angry. So I think I should be like,
I'm too
you need
tired.
to feel more.
Do you think Yang would want to hit the gym at like 5 a.m. too? She'd be like, let's get up, let's go. I'd be like, oh,
Probably. She'd be
no,
like, go for a
really."
run. And I'd be like,
I actually could legitimately see that. Yang would be like the gym bro.
yeah.
It's like, bro,
Come
bro,
on,
we
let's
gotta get arrested.
go.
Let's do this.
Weekend warrior.
Lift
Yeah.
those knees. And I'd be like, I hate you.
I'll go. I'll
man.
go with Yang and you can hang out with Blake.
Yeah, there you go. Just chill out quietly. And for RWBY, you know, just one Baja Blast. That's all you need to change your mind. Done. Done and done. Alrighty. Next question that we have in the wings is from Ducky. Oh, okay. This is very relatable because there are definitely those moments. Was there a line you just couldn't get through? And yeah, we'll leave this open to interpretation, whether it is, oh man, this is just a thing I keep stumbling over, because, you know, that happens to all of us when we're recording some sort of copy, or if it was just like a very emotional moment that it just ruined you and you just had a hard time getting through the bit.
I know it's a simple one. I could not say snowshoe shipping.
Snowshoe ship. That's a hard one.
It was like the Schnee snowship. Guys, see, it's like the Schnee
snowshoe
shoe shipping. And so it became like a thing. Everyone was laughing, or it became like an inside joke. Like, don't worry, it's not a snowshoe shipping. And now I can say snowshoe shipping. Just those two words together very easily now, but you know, whatever.
She shells by the seashore.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think anytime there's like lines where there's like the same syllable multiple times, or like with one word in between it, sometimes my brain just cannot wrap itself around it. And oftentimes my brain will read a sentence with just a completely different word, and I'll be like doing that as my take. And then Kara will come on and be like, it's actually did, not can. So, and I was like, oh, I'm just not reading it. Like, it's just what I thought in my brain. But there's a line this upcoming volume that I don't think I'll ever be happy with the way I performed it. So I did like so many takes of trying to get it right. And I'm still not like, I don't think I'll ever be perfectly happy with it, because it's like such a important line that I just like, I don't know.
Suspense.
We'll have to find out.
Done.
I want to know what it is.
Me too. I'm trying to think.
You're too hard.
I don't know. I think there was one in RWBY Chibi that was difficult because it didn't really feel like a Blake line, so we ended up kind of changing it to make it work. But not really. She's pretty straightforward. Not for Blake anyway. Maybe Dr. Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for the same reason that you just said, Dr. Gray. I have to like stop and breathe for RWBY a lot, like especially because some of our lines are spoken quickly. I'm like, that's a lot. It was a mouthful. And when you're talking through your nose as much as you do with RWBY, sometimes it can be like, whoo, like that's some diaphragm work. Got the abs. Oh, no, I don't. It's very flabby. But I like when I'm doing any character, like laughing or crying as them is always interesting, because it's different from how you would as a person. You don't think about how like this person would emote in that way. So that was kind of difficult to do. And then doing RWBY or other characters along with accents that are added. So for one RWBY Chibi episode, they were like, have RWBY pretend she is a foreign exchange student because she came in late and is trying to hide the fact that she was tardy. So they were like, can you do like a Ukrainian accent or something? I'm like, yeah, sure. A bad one, but yeah, I can do that. So like, I don't know.
I want to hear that.
Hello, I'm foreign exchange student. Come to class. I'm like, this is a lot of fun.
Like Borat RWBY.
Basically, yes. My cape is red, not.
I'm also getting some like serious Zoya the Destroyer vibes off of that.
Oh yeah, it was.
Like, oh my God.
I'm like, this is not an accurate accent at all, but sure, I'll go for it.
Oh, wonderful. All right, let's see what we have waiting in the wings next. This one is from Isaiah. If Team RWBY could ask anyone from a video game or movie to help aid them on their quest, who would you ask?
Anyone from a video game or movie? Koichi,
Captain
something
America.
Like, I was gonna say Captain Marvel, because like
Captain Marvel. There you go.
Captain Marvel is insanely powerful, and I feel like whatever Team RWBY is experiencing, Captain Marvel could probably just fly through whatever we're fighting, and it's gone. You know, like
very true.
But Captain America is also a good answer, because I mean, I would like him to join us.
Both of them together. I mean, hey. With RWBY, that's the unstoppable.
All the captains.
All the captains.
Kirk. Let's see.
Purely like selfishly, I'd want to watch like Xena work with Team RWBY. I don't think it'd be particularly helpful, I just think it would be cool.
It
It would
helped
be
me a
kind of
lot.
awesome.
I'd feel very helped if that happened.
Yeah.
All about it.
I will take some help, Xena. Thank you.
So now we just need Lucy Lawless
me,
to
Miss
show up
Ma'am.
in a future season of the show, and boom,
Done. Yeah.
wish fulfillment. We got this. Oh man, I'm also laughing because I thought Lindsay was going to mention like Sora or something from Kingdom Hearts, because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
previous mention. I'm just like, I'm waiting for Sora and Co with their keyblades in hand, just rolling in. King Mickey as well. It's like,
too long. We had to deal with his emotions. No, listen, we're already dealing with enough here. No, that would be really
yeah,
cool.
too much angst in one party. I got you. I
We're
got you.
past that. We're past those volumes. Come on.
It's pretty cool getting to see them with like in the Justice League comic books.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very,
That's
very
pretty
cool.
dope.
Yeah, I mean, not to be too cheesy, but Arryn, I was reading that with my oldest daughter, and she was like, "Oh, it's Wonder Woman." I'm like, "Yeah, actually, Wonder Woman is talking to Blake in this."
Yeah.
Cool.
Both of them now.
Yeah,
That's
that,
amazing.
love
when
it so
that got
much.
even announced, that was just absolutely mind blowing. It goes back to what I was saying, at the beginning of this entire panel, just how much this whole series has, taken on a life of its own and become such a a zeitgeist in popular culture. It's amazing the fact that y'all can say, yeah, my character is hanging out with Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
surreal.
broing it up with Superman and Batman. No big deal, guys.
No big deal. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be like under the same umbrella as those characters and that universe. And hopefully more to come in the future, because who doesn't want to see more Team RWBY and DC superheroes?
Yeah.
Please.
So cool.
But really, more please.
More
please.
please.
Keep it coming, DC. And speaking of keeping things coming, we still have plenty of time left, so we can definitely get some more questions coming in. This next one is from Bree. What has been your favorite scene to perform?
Oh man.
Can I say it hasn't happened yet?
Well, that is actually a valid answer. Yes.
It is allowed. You're allowed to say.
I think I've said this before, but it's like one of my favorite like Weiss moments as a character would be like the fundraiser scene. I believe it was in volume 4. And the fundraiser scene at the Schnee house when Weiss tells everyone to shut up. All the rich people there, they don't care about anything. They care about their money and blah, blah, don't mean anything. And I just love that because it was a very good, inner release of myself of like, I'm wanting to say that as Weiss for so long, like just telling off her family and everything like that. So that was fun.
Character's name she was talking to actually was Beffrey Jesus. It's very weird.
Really? That's hilarious.
Beffrey Jesus. Come on, Beffrey,
Fun
you
fact. I
can
like
do it. It's from Bo Burnham's thing. I was just calling him Beffrey instead of Jeffrey.
Some good stuff. I have a few scenes I like, just for different reasons. As far as like performance, like the actor in me really liked doing the end of volume 3. I believe I was talking to Yang, and we had some emotions exchanged, and some words were said. And the I love you was returned later on.
Later on.
Yes,
Volumes
later.
later.
Let it linger, let it simmer for a bit. But as far as just like, I don't know, production stories or things that will stay in my head forever. I really liked the end of volume 1, episode 8, where Ruby's running up the side of a cliff and then she like decapitates Nevermore in the most like bad way ever. And I was like super awesome.
Epic.
But at the time in the recording booth we were right next to the bathroom. So we had to wait for like toilet flushes and all sorts of other stuff. So right next to that, there was a little bullpen where people are working. So I'm in the middle of doing this scene, and like we need to just scream like crazy. And I'm like screaming, there's toilets being flushed, the paper towel thing's going off, and people are working in the next room over. And I was like, this is craziness. It like perfectly encapsulated how much like, I don't know, just like insanity, but like how much passion went behind RWBY. And it was like, we're going to make it work. Like regardless of all this insanity here, it's going to happen. And it's going to So
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, some of the early fight scenes when we were like first doing our efforts for the first time were like really fun. For most of us, I think most of us enjoyed it. I think some people maybe felt a little awkward at first, but we all got used to it over the years. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun recording the scenes that Yang had with Raven throughout the volumes. I think they're really interesting, and it was like a different dynamic that she had with her compared to like most of the characters she interacts with in the show. So yeah, I'd say that's fun. Volume 9 is, I think, one of my new favorites. So I'm excited for people to see that volume and all the stuff that happens in this volume. It's crazy. It's very interesting.
Yes, good.
I as like an actual answer, I really enjoyed working on the like monologue that Blake does while she's in Menagerie after she's burnt her own house down and blamed it on everyone else. Because Blake doesn't like talk a lot all the time, and so for the first time, she's given this massive amount of dialogue. So it was really interesting to really like work on it. It was something that I actually had to work on instead of could just do. So that was a lot of fun to like build and everything, because it was just suddenly a lot to say.
Yep. Big old mouthful of words.
Yep.
You had the voice for Blake, but you needed to find the voice. Like Blake needed to find her voice. Right?
The flower just needed to bloom.
And we are bringing it all back together. I love that.
Little Belladonna flower.
So our final quick question before we bring this one to a close comes from Styles. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. What would be your character's theme song?
Weiss, baby.
It's just Weiss
Had
Schnee
to.
over it. Yeah.
With like the sunglasses, just walking in. Love it.
I mean, we do already have theme songs, technically.
That's true.
For the most part. But yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like Yang would be something like kind of metal. Like something heavy metal, I think, or like punk rock.
You'll listen to like Ginger or something.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
send you links.
Like,
Or like something from
There
like
we go.
Dragon Slayer.
Music recommendations for post panel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe something classical, something like soft.
Is Blake a jazz lady? I feel like she's
Chopin.
like jazz.
I feel like she would.
I don't want her to like jazz.
How dare you?
Well, yeah, I remember some jazz.
What?
No. Slap the record out of her hand.
For recording RWBY, I like to listen, or like in happier RWBY times, I would listen to anime theme songs I liked. So I listened to like the Lucky Star theme song or like a DDR song that was very like super energetic and like life is happy go lucky. Yay, we can make it. Friendship perseveres over all. Now I listen to Red Like Roses Part 2 and I cry and then I record my lines. And it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that definitely encapsulates all this very well. Again, thank you so much to all of you for joining us here today. This was a really, really fun discussion. I'm sure everybody who's watching live had a great time. And again, thanks to all of you who are watching live. We really appreciate you coming on by. Until next time, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay informed. And we'll see you again soon here at GalaxyCon Live. Take care, y'all.